was thinking about after I beat this one, I go back and I complete all the old ones. I gotta do their 20 modes, but I don't know how long it's gonna take. Oh my god. It happened, Franklin. Frank! Yeah! You did it! Oh my god. Yes! Yes! Come on! Yes! Oh my god!
Playing
Oh my
the
god!
boring one.
Yes! Finally!
Here I was thinking I'm never gonna have to talk about FNAF again on this channel. Boy, was I wrong. Nobody's even asking me to do this. I'm just doing it to myself, man. If you've been around my channel long enough, like, I don't know, like mid to early 2021, I don't know, like 3 years ago, you'll know that I, for literally no reason, sat my fat, stupid ass down and decided to play every single Funny Bear video game to 100% completion. Yeah, every single one. You don't believe me? Here, I'll prove it.
Here, look. I made videos on all of them.
FNAF 1.
Yeah!
FNAF 2.
Yeah!
FNAF 3.
Yeah.
FNAF 4. Ultimate Custom Night.
Frank!
Sister Location. Aw, fuck. Yeah, so I recorded all of them, including Sister Location, but uploaded everything except Sister Location because God fucking hates me. TLDR, every time I opened the game, Audacity and OBS would just crash for some reason, and I didn't realize that it crashed until after I had done the 3-hour recording session and beaten it, so fuck me, I guess. But anyway, after wasting 3 years of my life doing nothing but playing Five Nights at Freddy's over and over and over again, I had come to a realization. I'm very fucking lonely. And I guess I still am, so let's rank all these fucking things. Yeah, since I guess I still won't shut up about the dumb stupid bear games 3 years after I beaten them, I decided I'm gonna sit down and rank every single FNAF game, from easiest to hardest. But first, we need to go over something. Does Pizza Sim count? Because technically speaking, it doesn't have a hardest difficulty, but you still have to complete it. So if Pizza Sim counts, does FNAF World? Because that game actually does have a hard mode. Does this? I really hope it doesn't. Mainline games only, including FNAF World, both VR games, all the Freddy in Space games, all of the other spin-off games, the fucking AR game, which you can't even play anymore because they shut it down, and Security Breach,
and the DLC, but wouldn't even be on the list anyway, because it fucking sucks.
This is a ranking of every game's hardest difficulty challenge. Custom Night max difficulties, aggressive nightmare modes, secret final challenges, you name it, we're ranking it, baby. The only exceptions besides the ones I already mentioned are the additional challenges in FNAF 4, like nightmare only and blind mode, because they aren't an actual difficulty, they just handicap you and don't change anything to the animatronic difficulty. 2020-2020 mode does count because it makes the animatronics harder to face off against and adds a whole new night to the game. Making yourself blind, I can do that in real life. Did it make the animatronics harder? No. Now that we've gotten that covered, let's go over the tier list, shall we?
Hey, I'm over here again.
Hello. This video has taken so fucking long that I'm in a different house now. Let's go over this tier list, baby. So at the top of the list we have fuck you. Pretty self-explanatory. Underneath, hate. So much hate. This is for the reserved specifically for the games that I believe were difficult but not like impossible. They function and they do what they're supposed to, and if you play it enough, maybe you'll beat it, maybe you'll kill yourself halfway through. I mean, you don't know. Wow, this is ass. Wow, playing through this game was ass. I mean, I didn't kill myself, so that's nice. And this one is just for like, oh yeah, you know, it wasn't that bad. Yeah, it could have been better. Not the worst, but that's not saying much. It's a FNAF custom night. All of these are gonna suck, but if I had to play any of them, I'd probably play this one. And then at the bottom of the list, we have, hey, how did that get there? The only Jewish FNAF game. Who actually thought this wasn't going to be here?
Put your fucking hand down. Literally the easiest video game I've ever played in my life. I beat it in a day.
And when I say I beat it in a day, I don't mean, oh yeah, I played it in a main game, but then I got on 420 mode and I got stuck on it and I had to play it again a day later. No, I mean, I sat down, played the entire game, and beat it in under 5 hours. Do your ears work? Then you can play this game. This game's just not hard. Like, what else am I supposed to say? Walk up to the door. Listen. Flash. Walk to the door. Listen. Close. Walk to the bed. Flash. Walk to the closet. Close. Are we feeling it yet? Look, I know the FNAF games are incredibly simple whenever you boil them down. Hell, FNAF 1 is literally just closed door when bunny or chicken. But in all of those other games, at least in the custom nights, they had some external factor that ramped up the difficulty from a decent challenge to complete bullshit. And this game just doesn't have that. Like, you'd think it'd be Nightmare, right? Nah. He's only there for 2 hours and spends half of the first hour running through the hallways like a grade schooler high on cocaine. The only times he did get me was when he did his stupid fake laughing bullshit. But once you figure out that the real laughs are the ones where he doesn't run after laughing and the fake ones are the ones where he does, it's pretty easy to counter it. Or when the game just didn't fucking work.
What?
And when I pressed the wrong button.
Wrong button!
But Markiplier did that too. That means I'm just as good as the king of Five Nights at Freddy's. Give me the fucking crown. Anyway, actual piss easy video game.
The sad thing is it only gets worse from here.
Well, if you could call this worse.
I'm barely counting Pizza Sim. It should consider itself very lucky to be on this list because, like I said earlier, it doesn't have a max difficulty like all the other games do. It's just that damn blacklisted ending, dude.
And the completionist ending, but I'll get to that later.
So the reason why it's so hard to talk about Pizza Sim on a list like this is because, unlike every other FNAF game, it doesn't have the hardest difficulty. But it has something a little bit different. The certificates. Instead of having a good and bad ending like every other game on this list, Pizza Sim has 6 unique endings that you can get depending on how you play the game. And getting all of these are what I'm considering to be max difficulty.
First up is the mediocrity ending. Do nothing. Don't buy anything, don't take sponsors, don't upgrade floor plans, don't salvage animatronics. Fuck. Just the bare minimum. The easiest of all the certificates. The second hardest is the bankruptcy ending. This one's only slightly harder because you actually need to do something in order to get this ending, which is losing your money. It's really easy. You can probably get on your first night. Just don't buy health and safety items, buy items with high risk, buy marked down items, never salvage animatronics, don't take sponsors, and make sure you're always in the low hundreds of cash. It's not too hard. Afterwards are the Lore Keeper and Insanity endings. I always kind of put these two together in my mind because you really just need to do the same thing to get both of these. Get money, buy specific items, play them until special cutscene, press button on computer, win.
But now, it's time for the harder certificates. Strap yourselves in, boys. We're gonna be here for a while.
The Certificate of Completion. The big one. Salvage every single animatronic while maintaining your pizzeria and make it to Sunday with all of them in one place. Not necessarily hard, but god damn, that last night is rough. Especially on a first playthrough.
And you know, completionist really isn't hard once you know what you're getting yourself into, but usually on a first playthrough, you kind of want to experience everything the game has to offer. So that means a decision every Pizza Sim virgin lives to regret.
And even without the sponsors, this ending isn't that much easier, but it is worth it because god damn, that ending is awesome.
And finally, the funny Astral Spiff clown thumbnail ending. Yup.
Yeah, this one's kind of bullshit. This certificate is not hard because the gameplay is hard. It's more or less the means to obtain it. You have to get 50 fucking risk at the end of the week and finish the final night in order to get it. And you know, that doesn't really
sound that hard. You know, I could probably get 50 risk. I wasn't fucking finished.
Getting 50 risk is way harder than it sounds. So in order to get risk, you have to buy items in the shop that have risk value. Some items naturally have a set risk value, and some items can get marked down randomly, slashing the cost of providing a higher risk. And these items are key to getting blacklisted, since the items that come with risk on their own are not enough to get blacklisted. So hunt for marked down items. Buying items with health and safety lowers your risk value, so you should never be buying these under any circumstance, even if they're marked down. And buying marked down items have a chance of bringing in one of the 4 animatronics, leaving less chances for salvaging. Sometimes you'll just buy 1 marked down thing and an animatronic will show up. Sometimes you'll buy 3 marked down items and none of them will show up. It's fucking random. Problem 1. Making enough money on the first night. There is barely anything in the first catalog for maximizing financial gain. There is a duck pond and a ball pit. Pick your poison. The only way I can think about making good money the first night is through sponsors, especially since the first one is more than double the amount of money you start with. Problem 2. Markdown items piss me off.
It's one thing getting the 50 risk. It's another thing when it feels like the game is actively trying to make getting these items as hard as possible. Markdown items not giving enough risk. Markdown items being too expensive. Markdown health and safety items canceling out the risk. Items behind catalogs that you can't even access yet getting marked down. Hey, here's a fun idea. What if we make it so that an item you've already bought gets marked down? How the fuck is that fair?
And also, if I need to buy shit to unlock more catalogs, that kind of screws me over, since I'm buying something that isn't marked down now for a chance to buy something that might be marked down in another catalog I can't access. And if there isn't anything in that catalog that got marked down, then congratulations, you've just bought something you don't need for something you don't want, and on the next night it got marked down. Mazel tov. It all comes down to random chance. You're hoping that very specific items get marked down, scraping up what little crumbs of risk you can find. I'm getting so fucking sick of this word.
And the worst part about all of this is you still have that damn office job!
Problem 3. I want to quit my job. These nights, fuck these nights, man. Look, as much as I really don't like the nights in this game, they aren't the most challenging thing in the world. But blacklisted, oh mama, blacklisted nights, man. Imagine doing the last night of completion every single night for 4 days straight, and it gets harder and harder every time.
Again, buying markdown items can bring animatronics into the building,
meaning that you can have all 4 of them in your building at night 3. And again, tying into problem 1, I can't get the salvage bonus. I don't have money, so you know what that means.
This video is sponsored by Wacky Wart Paste, the one and only solution to wacky warts. Trying to do family photos, but your little friend keeps photobombing them?
Nathan, you look so f***ing ugly in this one.
Well then bomb them back like it's the 4th of July with Wacky Wart Paste! With our special, scientifically crafted formula, you can thwart those warts and get back to having hot babes be the only thing occupying your face.
Wow, smooth like my wife's ass. You're married?
Disclaimer, Wacky Wart Paste is not the only solution to warts. It will not work on and may possibly cause cancerous growths. If your wart is still wacky after 7 days, speak to a professional.
I'm so done. I'm so done.
all of this actual bullshit, luck building, risk salvaging, RNG garbage blended together to create one of the most unenjoyable parts of this entire game.
It's still fun, though. It takes a lot for me not to like Pizza Sim, dude. Like, a lot. This is a lot, but not a lot. It's just luck for the most part, and those nights at the end are... Overall, even though there's only 6 certificates you have to get through in Pizza Sim, and only 2 of them are really worth talking about, I talked about Pizza Sim for way longer than I wanted to. It's not a hard game. It's just a big old pile of bullshit. But anyways, moving on from Pizza Sim, we have... Oh, god damn it. It's that stupid video I never got to upload. If people call me fake for not having proof that I beat it, shut the fuck up.
Here, how about this? Since I already know everybody's gonna call me a liar, cheat, hack, dickhead for not uploading a sister location video because my computer just fucking hates me. If this video gets 50 subs,
I will I will stream through Sister Location again. So that way, nobody can call me a liar, hack, cheat, dickhead. So you better sub, or else no FNAF for you. Anyway, easy game. Easy as fuck! I thought Golden Freddy mode was gonna be way harder, to be honest. It's fine. It still kicked my ass, though, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely the easiest out of all of the custom nights. It almost feels like this custom night was made just so Scott can test the waters for Ultimate Custom Night, because these two games feel pretty similar, honestly. Sister Location introduced keybinds, finally, for flipping up the camera and closing doors, which is a mechanic that they brought back in Ultimate Custom Night. They sure as shit brought that back. Having a second meter next to the power meter, the overall flow of the night feeling very similar to Ultimate Custom Nights. The whole game kind of feels like a baby UCN. And you know what? Dare I say I had fun with this one. It's not too hard, it keeps you on your toes, it only punishes you when you're not paying attention instead of whenever it feels like. There's barely any bullshit in this one. I don't know, man, I never felt like dying in this game was the game's fault. Every attempt, I got better. I figured out timing, better ways to conserve power, oxygen preservation. Every failed attempt felt like I was getting one step closer to beating it. It's just very overwhelming once you first try and learn it. Unlike the other FNAF games where you just do the same thing, but faster, this game has you doing a lot of little things in the correct order and faster than you would normally on all of the other difficulties. It's still a FNAF custom night at the end of the day. It's going to be very repetitive. There's only 10 animatronics that you have to deal with, but they all kind of just do one thing each, and if you master the one thing that they do for like 10, not even 10, there's like 5 things you have to do. If you can just do 5 things really well, you'll be fine. The mini Renas and Electro Babs attack at the same time, so just take them out at once in the cameras. Listen out for Ballora and Bitty Bab's audio cues. Admittedly, they got me the most, but that's just because I wasn't paying attention. Listen for Funtime Freddy's footsteps and pay attention to what side of the room Bonbon's coming from. Flip up the camera when you see Yendo. Also, admittedly, I kept flipping up the camera like an idiot whenever he wouldn't show up and ruined a lot of good runs just trigger figuring the camera, waiting for him to show up like a complete dumbass. Funtime Foxy works basically the same way as FNAF 1, so if you played that game, you know how he works here. Press LOL on your keyboard whenever Lolbit shows up, and boop Bonnet's nose. Fun fact, when you flip down the camera, it centers the mouse directly at the same height as Bonnet's nose, so just keep the mouse steady when you're not in the cameras and you can just get it instantly. Took me a while to figure that out though, so hopefully this helps somebody out there. Sure wish someone told me about this. And you don't really need to see that much anyways, so the mini Renas on your face aren't that big of a problem. So the night just boils down to listening to audio cues, staying on your toes, and don't make a single mistake. Easy. Yeah, it's still a FNAF custom night at the end of the day, so this one took me a couple of days. I mean, I still had fun with it, and I still play it whenever I want a good FNAF challenge, because it's fun. It's just really painful, but it's still fun. Sister Location and its custom night are really fun. I had a lot of fun with this game. That is the last time I'm going to say that in this list. Now get ready as I explain to you why the entire rest of this video contains the highest level of bullshit you'll ever see in a video game franchise, starting with FNAF 1. Okay, so you're probably wondering, why the fuck is FNAF 1 above Sister Location? That game is so damn easy. It is so easy, in fact, that people have managed to beat 420 mode with like 26% power left. Just cam stall Freddy. I didn't know you can cam stall Freddy. Yes, sir. I had zero knowledge that cam stalling was universal throughout the FNAF games and thought the only way to beat the original 420 mode was keeping the camera on Foxy, closing the right door whenever you check your camera so Freddy can't get in, and pray to God that the doors don't jam up. The original 2014 strat. The way God intended. This is the first game on the list that includes what I like to call
generic FNAF hard mode bullshit.
And ooh boy, does it have some bullshit. Foxy dominated the entire run. Conserving power is also a pretty big factor because at the end of the night, you just kind of have to pray that Freddy doesn't get you and just hope that you make it to 6 a.m. And every time Foxy leaves Pirate's Cove and bangs on the door, he snatches a small bit of power. The amount of power he takes getting progressively bigger each time. So if he decides to leave Pirate's Cove more times than he should just because he felt like it that day, then you're just shit out of luck. And Foxy's not the only thing that messes with your power. Runs dying at 3 a.m. a.m. because Foxy decided to show up every hour on the hour without fail. Run's dying because Bonnie and Chica decided to set up a tent and live outside the doors like it was a Mr. Beast challenge.
I made the joke with before all this stuff with Mr. Beast went down, and I couldn't take it out because I already made the thumbnail, and please don't kill me.
Doors jamming, for fuck's sake. Doors jamming. What is this shit, dude? Like, seriously.
I'm jolting right now. I'm in jolt. I'm in jolt. Oh.
Oh, fuck me. I can't close this door. That would give me a fucking...
I have the means to do it.
He's coming. Why?
What did you say? The mac and cheese, though.
And if you so much as once flip up the camera without closing the right door, that's it. Freddy's in your office. You're done. Sorry, bud. And you can't be in the cameras too much because you have to conserve your power, but you can't not be in the camera, otherwise Foxy's gonna come and steal your power anyway, because God forbid we have more than 5% power at 2 a.m., so I'm fucked either way.
You just have to be so perfect and so lucky for so long.
Who thought it was a good idea for these nights to be 8 minutes and 55 seconds long? Who was the genius who thought that was a good idea? God. This wasn't the hardest FNAF game, not even by a long shot. It was the only one where I could make it to 3 a.m. consistently and felt like it was doable, but fuck me, man, did this game require stupid amounts of luck. FNAF 1 probably would have been higher on the list if it wasn't for the fact that I actually like this game, so consider yourself lucky, Fazbear.
Also, yeah, it's way easier knowing that you can just cam stall Freddy and Foxy isn't active so long as you're looking anywhere in the cameras and can just swap the camera to him to see if he's left Pirate's Cove. Knowing this information, FNAF 1 gets put under Sister Location as the 3rd easiest game, but I am a religious man, and I love my God, so 4th hardest it is.
Hey, I hope you're enjoying the video so far. It would mean a lot if you did. This is the end of the these games were easy / not that hard / I actually had fun with these part of the video. Every other game on this list was the most unenjoyable, most frustrating, most painful, most bullshit thing I've ever done in any video game ever. Everything else I've mentioned on this list are actually fun, entertaining, not that hard challenges that will at most take you a couple hours to a couple days. The rest of these took me a couple weeks to a couple months. I highly recommend that you stay as far away from these nightmare games as physically possible, because these are not games. They're untested experimental torture devices masquerading as fun horror games made for children and should never be touched with a 10-foot pole. But I already beat these games, so I'm gonna bitch! Starting with... Oh, fuck. No, stay away! Stay away! I don't want to talk about your shitty video game again. You can't make me. No, stay away! Nah! My mind is such a mess about FNAF 3. This game is so... bad, just bad. Everything about this game is bad. My mind has blocked so much of this game out of my memory. Not even aggressive nightmare mode. The whole game sucks. Springtrap is the worst part about this game. Easily. Obviously, he's the only one that can kill you. Why did I write that in the script? I still, to this day, have no idea how I beat this game because of how insanely fast Springtrap moves. The worst part about him is that he never stays in one place for too long. He can make his way from cam 8 to cam 2 before you can even finish repairing the audio cues. He's always moving faster than you can react, and with the vents, he can make it to your office and kill you before you even made it to 1 a.m. or before you've even seen him, and that happened to me a lot.
Where'd he go? No! God, that was 12 a.m. I didn't even make it to 1 a.m. He went in the vent the second my cameras went. What? What camera? Where were you? What the hell is that?
Not to mention that for half the night, you're looking away from Springtrap because of the actual worst mechanic in any FNAF game. The dumbass maintenance panel. You get 2 audio cues and about a minute's worth of camera time before you have to go into the panel and repair them so incredibly slowly, leaving Springtrap for you to just do whatever the hell he wants. But you have the audio cues and you can direct him to go wherever you want him to. No, the fuck I can't. I can leave him in cam 5, close the cam 5 vent, and then go to repair the audio cues. And while I wait for the world's slowest repairing system, he can walk his ass from cam 5 to cam 8, then to 9, make it to the vent, and kill me before I even knew what happened. He teleports around the building like he has an inventory full of Corliss fruit. I don't even think he knows where he's going half the time. How the hell should I?
Go to camp 5. Go to camp 5. Do it. Yes. Do it again. Yes. I got this. He went in a vent. Fuck.
Also, you know what'd be nice? If the game tells you things. The entire time I was playing the game, I never knew that Springtrap showed up in multiple cameras when there's a vent error, so I just thought my game was bugged the whole time. I mean, it makes sense in hindsight, but would it kill for the phone dude to just go, oh yeah, you might see some crazy shit on the camera that isn't there, man. It's because I put weed in the vents. I know you gotta keep air flowing all the time, so you gotta reset that vent, but there's a fan in front of you anyway, so air is always flowing, so what's the point of the vent reset if I have a fan? By the way, did you notice there's still 5 other animatronics I haven't talked about yet? The Phantoms are their own little special kind of broken. Balloon Boy shows up in the cameras when you flip them up, but sometimes the camera glitches at the same time you flip it up because Springtrap's moving, so you can't see Balloon Boy, but he's there, so bam, jump scare out of nowhere. Sometimes when you flip the camera down, Foxy shows up in your office on the side, and the only way to get rid of him is to flip the camera up, but sometimes he just doesn't want to go away, or shows up every time you flip the camera up. It's just like 420 mode all over again. Foxy, leave me alone. Sometimes Freddy just decides that, no, you're not in the camera, and will jump scare you while you're in the camera or maintenance panel, something he shouldn't do. I have no fucking idea how Chica works, and camera 8 is completely off limits. I promise you, the second you look in there, the marionette will get you every single time. Cam 4 is also off limits because Mangle's in there, but you're literally never going to look in Cam 4 ever, rendering that camera and Mangle completely useless. Bad animatronic. Fuck this game. Fuck everything about this game. The maintenance panel sucks, the Phantoms suck, Springtrap sucks, and I cannot stand to talk about this game for another second. And there's still 2 more games on this list.
FNAF motherfucking 2. You want to know the worst part about this game? Foxy. Again. I'm beginning to detect a theme with these challenges.
And before I get to the rest of this segment, may I ponder thine viewer a question? Let's say, like, supposedly speaking here, the FNAF game, the FNAF 2 video game, let's say that this game tells you that the only way to take care of Foxy is to grab the flashlight, the dumb, stupid little flashlight on your desk that can barely make it to 6 a.m. with 2 AA batteries in it, that stupid flashlight. Let's say the game says, hey, the only way to take care of Foxy is to grab that flashlight and shine it in his eyes, and then he'll go away. That's all you gotta do, buddy. The question I have for everybody watching is, why does it tell me that when it's not true? So you're supposed to shine the light in the hallway whenever Foxy's there, and then he's supposed to go away. But that's a lie. I lied to you. The game lied to you. Everything's a fucking lie. The only way to actually stop Foxy in 1020 mode is to flash him once, then go into the cameras and wind the music box when the invisible in-game timer allows you to. I don't remember the complete specifics of the way he attacks, but from what I do remember, the only way to prevent his jump scare is to shine the light at him after 18 seconds, then wait like 3 seconds and go into the cameras to wind up the music box. Then, whenever you bring the cameras down, the blackout from the animatronic in your office will cancel out Foxy's window of attack. Then repeat the cycle every 10 seconds. Flip the camera up, wind, wait for the timer to end on a 5, bring it down, blackout, rinse, repeat, done. And yes, it isn't that hard once you know this information, but the game doesn't tell you that this is how Foxy works. So you could be spending fucking days like an absolute moron, finally making it to 2 a.m. through sheer luck, only for Foxy to kill you because you're in the cameras at the wrong time. So again, if the game tells you you need to shine your flashlight at Foxy so he goes away, and then he doesn't, Why bother telling me this? Better yet, what the hell is the point of the flashlight? I don't really need to see the animatronics in the hallway. It's just a novelty to scare the player on the first night and then never again. I only use it to get rid of the thing it doesn't get rid of, so what's the point of this thing? The game straight up tells you that you have to flash Foxy so he goes away, but sometimes he just didn't because I was in the camera at the wrong time and died anyway, and I thought I was doing something wrong because the game fucking lied to me. How am I supposed to know that Foxy works differently from what the game says? I never would have known that if I didn't bother Googling this information and being told how the game works through a YouTube video. A YouTube video! I get they're supposed to be hard. They are final optional challenges that nobody asks you to beat. But when the game tells you that this will work, this is how the game is fucking programmed, and that there is no other way around it, and then it doesn't because of a rule it doesn't tell you, then how am I supposed to know what I'm doing wrong? At least in Sister Location, and hell, even Ultimate Custom Night, the game straight up tells you everything you need to know, no bullshit, and every single attempt, you're getting better. You find better ways to conserve power, you're paying attention to audio cues better, you're learning game mechanics. Every single attempt feels like a little nugget of information that you are storing into your brain, and deaths feel less and less as if they are the game's fault, and purely because you were not paying attention. But when shit like this happens...
Oh...
What? What?
I cannot excuse that. I just can't. By the way, this happened a lot. Foxy is nowhere to be found, shows up when I'm in the camera for 5 fucking seconds to wind up the music box, and kills me immediately after. It's so bullshit. This game is so bullshit. I just wrote a college entry thesis about why Foxy's a pain in the ass, and there are still 9 other animatronics I haven't talked about. Why does Toy Bonnie have a unique animation for coming out of the vent? He is the only vent animatronic that has one, and he fucks me like a pig every time he shows up.
Who wants to eat a Krabby Patty at 3 a.m.?
No, why?
Oh,
hurry, hurry, hurry. Please, now. Oh, I'm dead.
You're gonna die.
No!
Oh,
you fat bitch. Toy Bonnie cuffed me in the ass.
It is the most defeating feeling in the world, having to already wait for one of the other 4 hallway animatronics to sit in your office and do some long-ass animation, only to look in the right vent and see Toy Bonnie just fucking sitting there doing nothing like, oh yeah, I just got here, now you gotta wait for my stupid-ass animation, shithead. Toy, oh, is that? You gotta wind up the marionette and just waited for another version of me with a toilet for a face to leave? Well, I'm just gonna chill in here. Don't go into the cameras and wind up there, or I'll kick your fucking ass.
Oh my god, Toy Bonnie, fuck you. Fuck you, dude. Fuck yourself.
Dude, it's so annoying. Why does he just sit there? I have to go wind up the music box, and he's just sitting there with his fingers in his ass, doing nothing. Come out of the vent already! I'm getting so angry talking about this game. I swear I am not this aggressive in real life. I really don't give a fuck. It's mostly for comedy. But my god, it is so bullshit how the game straight up tells you, oh yeah, shine the fucking light in his face. Oh yeah, Toy Bonnie, he for some reason has a unique animation. Why? Why is this? Why? It never feels like losing in this game is your fault. Never, ever, 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 ever. The same day I bothered looking up what I was doing wrong, I beat it 10 minutes later. Also, I don't know if this is just because FNAF 2 is an old game and I'm running it on newer hardware, but shit like this happened all the time.
Yeah, I'm dead. Because it happened. And... see? He's not gonna leave. He's gonna stay there.
If you don't know what you're looking at, neither do I, but it happened a lot. And I didn't record this when it happened, but at one point I made it to 5 a.m. and then the glitch happened and I got stuck in the mask. And I lost, and I swear to you, I almost threw my computer out the window. If I had to guess, it's because I would flip the camera down and put the mask on too quickly, causing the game to think I'm both in the camera and wearing the mask at the same time, so it just freezes. But because I'm in the camera, the music box can still go down. But because I'm in the mask, I can't take off the mask because an animatronic is there.
I don't fucking know. This is just so painful. This game is not the second hardest because it is hard. It is the second hardest because it is broken to shit. Nothing about this game feels like it works as it should, and I cannot be bothered to speak any more about it ever again. Fuck this game. And if I'm being completely honest with you, FNAF 2 almost topped the list. Almost, just by like this much. Had I never figured out that Foxy's attacks were based on a timer and not what the game tells you to do, which still frustrates me like 2 years after beating it, I would have put FNAF 2 on the top of this list. But come on, we all knew what was going to be at the top. The fact that FNAF 2 and pretty much every other game on this list can be cheesed except for Sister Location and FNAF 3, I just have to get good. The fact that those games can be cheesed and the one I'm about to talk about can't be cheesed at all makes this one officially the hardest FNAF game. I missed the fucking pocket. I'm not redoing that tape. And you all know what game I'm talking about. Freddy in Space 2, baby! No, I'm just joking. I'm messing. Imagine though, that would be funny. What's worse than the game telling you it's not bullshit? Telling you that it is bullshit. 50-20 mode. The hardest FNAF custom night challenge ever made. Who legit thought this wasn't going to be here? I'm gonna cut that fucking hand off. If I sat down and explained to you every single thing you have to worry about in this game, it would take up its own video. 3 separate camera tabs, the power and noise meters, the heat, Foxy, office animatronics, bullshit character timing, bullshit game mechanics, Foxy, multiple animatronics that require attention and multiple cameras, but you can't pay attention to any of them because you have to cancel the plush animatronics, Foxy, coin collecting, that's a thing you have to worry about in this game apparently, catching a fish, Foxy, Toy Freddy. Look, I'm gonna put it this way. If I can write a college entry thesis about why Withered Foxy is a pain, I could write a New Testament and start an entire religion that preaches to hate the fat plastic dickhead that is Toy Freddy. On top of everything I just mentioned about UCN, Toy Freddy can just kill you whenever he feels like it. Coin grinding at 12 a.m., dead. Think you're in a comfortable spot at 3 a.m., dead. Right about to win at 5 a.m., dead. The only way to prevent his jump scare is to not be in the cameras when the timer ends on a 0.0 or a 0.5, because when you are, he has a 1 in 16 chance of killing you. So unless you're a supercomputer that can calculate milliseconds on the tiny-ass stopwatch in the top right of your screen while also dealing with 49 other animatronics, then you are at the whim of the fat plastic dickhead. This game completely fucking broke me. The only FNAF game where I legit cried after beating it. Yes! 2 months it took to beat this. 2 fucking months. I started playing in January, thought this is gonna take way too long. I'm gonna document the rest of this in February and uploaded the video in March. Can you even tell what you're looking at right now? What a horror show this game was. FNAF Ultimate Custom Night was, and still is, the most painful, most excruciating, most butt fucking thing I've ever done in a video game. And I beat it. And there is no happy ending to this story. I don't know, man. I don't know what you guys want me to say. I'm not gonna sit here and give you some cheesy, like, I beat it through the power of human will and sheer indomitable spirit. Nah, I beat it because I was fucking bored, dude. I did this whole thing because I was fucking bored. I made this video because I was fucking bored. And if you're sitting there thinking to yourself, I kind of want to try that. I want to sit down in 100% every FNAF game. Don't. Just don't. Don't put yourself through the mental exhaustion that I put myself through. You can only look at so many jump scares from so many games before you want to start ripping out your teeth with a pair of pliers just to feel something. I don't feel good that I did this. I feel less bored that I did this. But I mean, if you really want to sit down and do it, maybe whoever has done it already has a different opinion. Fucking tell me. I doubt that your opinion will be good, but you can have an opinion. And that's it. That's all I got. That's all I wanted to do. I wanted to sit down and rank them all. Here's the final tier list. I know people are probably gonna get pissed that I put FNAF 1 above Sister Location or whatever. I don't know. I'm pointing at a green screen. I can't tell where everything is. Wherever they are, Sister Location is definitely harder than FNAF 1 going back, but whatever. I don't care. I'm talking too much. Video's over. I did it.